Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Young and the Restless spoilers Wednesday, August 28, Chelsea's plea, Adam's consequences, Victor's influence. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Wednesday, August 28, 2024, are in. In tomorrow's episode, fans can expect Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan, to beg for forgiveness. Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, is forced to confess to Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope. Plus, Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, and Diane Jenkins Abbott, Susan Walters, worry about Victor Newman's, Eric Braeden, influence on Kyle Abbott, Michael Mueller. Keep reading to find out what is coming up in the next episode of the CBS soap opera. I&R spoilers for Wednesday, August 28 reveal that Chelsea will still wonder about the fate of her relationship. After deceiving Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, for weeks, Chelsea finally blurted out the truth. Billy did hold Chelsea as he understood the guilt and pain she has been feeling. At the same time, Billy isn't certain what the future holds. Billy is still processing everything. In Wednesday's episode, Chelsea will run into Billy. Chelsea will beg for another chance. However, will Billy be able to stay with Chelsea, or is this betrayal just too big? The Young and the Restless spoilers for Wednesday, August 28 reveal that Adam will have to face the consequences. After Chelsea's confession, she sent a text to Adam to give him a heads up. Then, Billy showed up at Adam's place. After a fierce confrontation, Adam was forced to tell Sally the truth. Adam will hope that Sally will understand and forgive him. If Adam had confessed right away, both Sally and Billy would have probably forgiven the betrayal. However, add to it the lies and deception despite Billy and Sally begging for the truth. So Sally will call Adam a coward and will likely move out. In Wednesday's episode, fans will also see Jack and Diane fret. Jack and Diane are desperate to save Kyle from Victor. However, Kyle is so resentful and angry that he rejected Jack's olive branch, so Kyle might just have to learn his lesson the hard way as usual. With how Summer Newman, Allison Lanier, was talking to Chance Chancellor, Connor Floyd, about the forever loves of those in Genoa City, I wonder if SKYE will reunite. Sure, things might have gotten nasty between them, and there are some complicated issues. At the same time, I can't think of a better partner for Summer or Kyle than each other, so stay tuned. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most on Wednesday, August 28, 2024? The summer heat was sweltering in Genoa City, but it paled in comparison to the rising tensions at the Newman Ranch. Chelsea Lawson stood at the edge of the pristine lawn, her hands wringing together as she stared up at the imposing mansion. The weight of the world was on her shoulders, and she knew that today would be pivotal. It had to be. She couldn't let Adam destroy himself, not again. Inside the mansion, Adam Newman sat in the darkened study, the blinds drawn to block out the blinding afternoon sun. His jaw was clenched, eyes fixated on the documents scattered across the desk before him. These weren't just any documents, they were his future, a collection of choices that could either save him or ruin him completely. His father, Victor Newman, had made sure of that. Adam's mind raced, every thought tumbling into the next, with barely any room to breathe. He had always been the black sheep of the Newman family, the son who could never quite escape his dark past. Yet here he was, staring at the opportunity to finally break free, or dig himself deeper into the abyss. Victor's influence was as strong as ever, pulling him in directions he wasn't sure he wanted to go, but Adam wasn't a puppet. He'd fought hard to carve out his own path, even if it often led him down roads of destruction. The study door creaked open, and Chelsea stepped inside, her heart pounding. She hesitated at the threshold, taking in the sight of Adam, his posture tense and his expression stormy. She had seen this look before, too many times to count. It was the look of a man on the brink of making a decision that could shatter everything. "Adam," Chelsea called softly, stepping further into the room. He didn't look up, his focus still on the papers. "Chelsea, if you're here to try and change my mind, don't bother. It's too late for that." She swallowed hard, forcing herself to keep her voice steady. "It's never too late, Adam. You know that." He finally lifted his gaze to meet hers, the anger and frustration in his eyes making her heart ache. "I can't keep doing this, Chelsea. I'm tired of fighting a battle I can never win. No matter what I do, No matter how hard I try, I'm always the villain. Chelsea shook her head, moving closer until she was standing right in front of him. You're not a villain, Adam. You're just lost. And I'm here to help you find your way back. He let out a bitter laugh, the sound hollow and devoid of hope. And what if I don't want to be found? What if I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be? Chelsea's eyes filled with tears, but she refused to let them fall. She had to be strong for him, for both of them. You don't believe that, and neither do I. I know you, Adam. I know the man you are deep down, the man who wants to do the right thing, but you're letting Victor get in your head, letting his manipulations twist your mind. Adam's expression hardened and he pushed the papers away in frustration. Victor always gets what he wants, Chelsea. He's had me in his sights from the beginning, and now he's finally closing in. That's not true, Chelsea insisted, her voice rising with desperation. You're stronger than him, Adam. You always have been. You just need to see that. He turned away from her, walking over to the window and yanking the blinds open, letting the harsh sunlight flood the room. What am I supposed to do, Chelsea? Walk away? Pretend that everything is fine when it's not? Victor will never let me go, not really. He's always going to be there, pulling the strings. Chelsea followed him to the window, reaching out to touch his arm. You're not alone in this. I'm here with you. We can fight him together. Adam's shoulders sagged, the weight of his choices pressing down on him. He wanted to believe her, wanted to trust that they could face whatever came next as a team. But every time he tried to take a step forward, he felt Victor's shadow looming over him, a constant reminder of the power his father wielded. I'm scared, Chelsea, Adam admitted, his voice barely above a whisper. I'm scared of what I might do, of who I might become if I keep going down this path. Chelsea's heart broke at his confession, but she knew that this was a turning point. She had to make him see that there was another way, a way out of the darkness that had consumed him for so long. We'll figure it out, she promised, her voice strong and unwavering. But you have to trust me, Adam. You have to let me help you. He turned to face her, his eyes filled with a mixture of fear and hope. For the first time in a long while, he allowed himself to believe that maybe, just maybe, there was a chance for redemption. Meanwhile, at the Newman Enterprises office, Victor sat behind his desk, a satisfied smirk playing on his lips. He had spent years molding Adam into the man he was today, a man who was strong, ruthless, and capable of anything. But he knew that Adam was also vulnerable, susceptible to the emotions that Victor himself had long since buried. Victor leaned back in his chair, his fingers steepled as he considered his next move. He had given Adam a choice, but it was a choice that had already been decided. Adam was a Newman, and as such, he would always be bound by the legacy that came with the name. It was only a matter of time before Adam realized that resisting was futile. Yet in the back of his mind, Victor couldn't shake the nagging doubt that perhaps he had pushed his son too far this time. Adam was unpredictable, and while that unpredictability often worked in Victor's favor, it also made him a wild card. If Adam chose to go rogue, it could have consequences that even Victor couldn't control. As the day wore on, Chelsea and Adam remained in the study, locked in a battle of wills. Chelsea refused to back down, her determination to save Adam unwavering. She pleaded with him, using every ounce of love and patience she had left to reach him. And slowly, bit by bit, Adam began to soften. The walls he had built around himself started to crumble, allowing the light of Chelsea's love to seep through. He wasn't sure what the future held, but for the first time in a long time, he was willing to take a leap of faith. By the time the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the Newman ranch, Adam had made his decision. He turned to Chelsea, his hand reaching out to take hers. "Let's do this together," he said, his voice filled with a newfound resolve. "Let's fight for our future." Chelsea smiled, relief washing over her. "Together," she echoed, squeezing his hand tightly. But as they stood there, united in their determination, a sense of foreboding lingered in the air. Victor Newman was not a man who took defeat lightly, and Adam's choice would undoubtedly have consequences.